Hi guys, welcome to the new video. I hope you all are doing well. So if you are a permanent resident in Canada and are ready to apply for your Canadian citizenship, this video is for you. Because in this video, I am going to show you the step-by-step process of how you can apply for your Canadian citizenship online. So before I show you the entire application process online, let me first go through the eligibility criteria. So if you are a permanent resident of Canada and you want to apply for the Canadian citizenship, the first eligibility criteria is that you have to make sure that you were present in Canada for 3 out of the last 5 years, which is 1095 days in the previous 5 years. So in case you took any vacations, you went outside Canada, either to your home country or the US or any other destinations, make sure you remove those number of days from when you are calculating your total number of stay in Canada. So the best way to do is to just get an idea by looking at your passport and seeing how many days you were outside of Canada in the previous 5 years, and if the total of the days in which you were in Canada is 1095, you are ready to apply for your citizenship application. But anyways, when you start with the application process itself is going to help you to determine how many days you were inside of Canada by taking account of all the number of days you were outside of Canada. So don't worry about that. We will jump into the entire application process and I'll show you step by step how you can do that. And also stay tuned, because at the end of this video I'm also going to tell you the processing time and what to expect during the processing, what emails will you be receiving, and if you will need to do anything additional after you submit your online application. So let's start with the process. So the first step would be you will go to Google and here you search for Canadian Citizenship Application. So when you search for Canadian Citizenship Application, you can go here to the first link and click on sign in. This way you'll be able to sign in. So if you already have an account, you can sign in using that account, but chances are that you have to create a new account because you're applying for the first time for your citizenship application. Just accept all the terms and conditions here and then create a new account. So you can create the new account using your email address and password here. So once you create your account, you can then come back to the same page and sign in using your account. So once you sign in, you will see this option here, start your citizenship application. All the applications you will create will be shown here. So you can click here and start creating your citizenship application. Now they will ask you that are you just creating one application at the time or are you creating multiple applications? So select the application you want to create. So here you are creating an application for yourself, which is going to be this one, adult 18 years and over. If you are creating any minor application, you can select the other options and then they will start asking you for your details. So you can start filling your details here. So I'll just show you everything with the help of an example. So you put your family name, given name, and date of birth here and click on create application. Alright, so this is how your application has been created. So this is your application and whenever you're ready, you can click by clicking on start here. If you want anyone else to also apply on the same application as yours, you can add them as co-applicants. You can just click on this button here to invite an adult co-applicant with you, send them the link and then they can create an application, but they can still be together in a group with your application. So I'll continue with starting my own application so you know what are the next steps. So next you have to go through all these details and you have to fill all these details. This will include your personal information, contact information, identification, residence and tax, work and school, prohibitions, language proof, physical presence, consent, and finally optional documents. So I can go through this with you. Tell us about yourself. Which language would you like to receive the service? English. Do you have special needs requiring accommodation? No. They will also ask for your UCI, so you can fill your UCI here. Then your name is already here. Have you changed your name since becoming a permanent resident? No. Have you ever used any other name? No. Your gender. Do you need to change your gender designation? No. Then they will ask you to fill other details like your height and weight. So you can do that. They ask for the eye color. They will ask for the date of birth. Have you corrected your date of birth on your immigration documents legally since coming to Canada? No. Do you need to correct your date of birth on the citizenship application? No. Then they will ask you the place of birth, the country of birth, and then your marital status. And once you are ready and everything on this page is ready, you can click on next. Next, they will ask you for your contact information. So you can give your contact information here. They will ask you for your home country. So select your home country. Then they will ask you for the address of your home country. You give the address of your home country here. Mailing address same as the home address. Primary phone number. They'll ask you for the primary phone number. You can give your number here. Is someone helping you to fill this application? No. Contact after submission. Do you want to appoint representative? No. I want IRCC to contact me directly. So once this is done, you can always click, after each page is done, you can always click on check if the page is ready, and it will show you if there are any errors or if the page is not ready. So there is an error which is select the type of phone number. So I haven't selected it, so it's showing me. You can select business, residence, cellular. In this case it's cellular. This page is ready. It shows a green mark, and then I can go to next. The next step is to upload a picture or of your photograph. So for that you need a digital citizenship photograph. So you can get a picture done from either Shoppers or Staples here in Canada. You must fulfill the requirements of the picture. So the size should not be more than 4 MB. Here is the size, and the format should be JPG, PNG, etc. And then you also need to give the information on the name of the photographer, country or territory, the date photo was taken, and you must also provide 2 pieces of IDs. And here is where you can give the 2 pieces of IDs. So one of the piece of ID can be your passport, and the other one can be your valid or expired permanent residence card. So this is what all you need to fill on this page. Then we can go to the next page, that is going to ask for your residence and tax information. So you have to list all the addresses inside and outside of Canada during your entire 5-year eligibility period. So for the last 5 years you were in Canada, where were you in Canada? What were your addresses? So if you were living at just one address, just give that address, give the from and to date of from when to when you were living at a particular address, and then give the country, and then you can click on save address. If you have multiple addresses, you can do that as well. You can select you can type in all the addresses where you lived for the past 5 years. In the past 4 years, were you in a country or territory other than Canada for 183 days or more in a row. If in the past 4 years you were in any other country for 183 days or more, you will need a PPC. But if you were not in any other country for more than 183 days, you will not need the PPC. Then they will ask you if you have a social insurance number. You will provide the social insurance number. Then they will ask you that in the past 5 years did you file taxes. So just click on yes for the years you filed taxes and no for the years when you did not file a tax. And then they will ask you that were you required to file the tax and still didn't file it, or were you not required at all. So just fill that information. And then they will also ask for your authorization for the SIN or the CRA to release your documents or information to immigrations. You have to give the authorization. Then they ask you that have you ever held immigration or citizenship in any other country other than Canada. So you will say yes, because most likely you will have the citizenship of your home country. And then give them the date of when you got the citizenship of that country. So in case you are a citizen of your home country, for example India, you were a citizen of that country starting from when you were born there, and the end date would be not applicable because you are still a citizen at this time when you are applying for your application. Write the country and select your status and then save the status. Then they will also ask you that if you have held travel documents or passport during your 5-year eligibility, you'll say yes, and then they will ask you for your passport number of which you must have got from your home country, so you can give that document. And once all of that is done, you can go to the next page, which will ask you the information about your work and school activities. So they'll ask you to give details of your employment and education history in the past 5 years. So you can give all the information about any periods for which you were either unemployed or retired or self-employed or working as a homemaker. You just have to, for example, you click that from the year 2022 January to 2025 January. This is what your occupation was. Just write your occupation. For example, you are doing marketing, then you write your employer's name, then you select which country you were employed in, then you click on save activity. And likewise you can save multiple activities because you have to record all the activities you have done in the past 5 years. So if before 2022 you were employed somewhere else or you were studying, you also have to add that information. So each time you save, for example, you save here, so you have to give the entire address as well, but each time you save you will get another option to add more activities here. Then the next section would be on prohibitions, and they will ask you all these questions about yourself. If you are serving a term of imprisonment, on probation, on parole, are you now serving a sentence outside of Canada? So they'll ask you all this information and you will give yes or no answers based on your own history. So there are all these answers, and then by checking this box you also confirm that you have understood and understand and you have read all the prohibitions under the Canadian Citizenship Act. Then they will ask you if you have proof of knowledge of in English or French. You can say yes or no, and then they'll ask you which proof you will submit. So you can either submit your secondary education that you have completed in in the English language. So here you can submit any of your college or school documents. So if you have studied here in Canada, you can simply submit a diploma or your degree, and that will be enough as your proof. Alright, so physical presence calculator. So physical presence calculator is the calculator which I was talking to you about previously. So this calculator helps you determine if you were in Canada for at least 1095 days in the previous 5 years in order to be eligible. So they will ask you a few questions. Before that, your 5-year eligibility period, since you're applying today, will be from July 25th, 2020 to July 24th, 2025. So these are the previous 5 years. During the past 5 years, did you live outside of Canada as a crown servant? No. During the past 5 years, did you live outside of Canada as a family member of a crown servant? No. Date you became a permanent resident. So they'll ask you for the date you became a permanent resident. Just fill in that date. During your 5-year eligibility period, did you have a valid temporary resident status before becoming a permanent resident? So I'm sure you did have a temporary resident status. It might be your work permit or study permit, so whatever it is, you will select yes and then add that status here by clicking add, and then you can submit a copy of your previous status. After that, they'll ask you during your 5-year eligibility period, did you spend time serving a sentence? No. And then finally, during your 5-year eligibility period, did you leave Canada for any reason? So this is how they calculate if you were in Canada for 1095 days or not. So you must have gone outside of Canada for vacation or any business trip or family trip. You can select yes, but if you never went to outside of Canada in the previous 5 years, you can select no. In that case, there of course will be no calculation. But if you have, select yes. Then they will ask you time spent outside Canada. So each time you went outside of Canada, you have to enter that absence. So for example, I'll say that okay, I went to India in 2024 on January 1st, and then they'll ask you when did you return. You returned on January 31st. Then they'll ask you if you visited other countries during this time. You can select yes or no based on if you did. I'll select no. Then they'll ask for reason why you went to India. So you will select whatever your reason is. Then click on save. Now if you again went to any other country, say for example you went to USA, you can add that absence again by clicking here, and this way you have to add each time you left Canada and went outside of Canada. Then click on calculate my physical presence. So now they have calculated your physical presence, and this is the number of days you were present, and they have told you that congratulations, you are eligible. Now once this is done, you go to the next section, which is the consent. You give them consent. You probably will select everything and yes, and you will give them consent. Then they ask you that choose the type of citizenship certificate you want to receive, paper or electronic. You select which one you will want to receive, and then they will ask you for optional documents. So in most of the cases there won't be any optional documents, but if you think in your case there is an optional document, you can go ahead and submit that. The next step would be to pay the fees. So you click on pay fees, and then the process is to pay the fees and upload the receipt here. So you click on pay the application fee online. You will be redirected to the payment page. Then they ask you to make your selection. What type of application are you applying for? So that is a citizenship application. Then they'll ask you to continue. Then they'll ask you for how many people are you applying. So if you're an adult over 18 and you're applying for just one person, select 1. If 2, then you can select 2, and they will calculate your fees. So your fees now as an adult will be $649.75. Now you can click on login and pay. So they will make you log in using the same email address and password as your citizenship application, and you can pay. And once you pay, you will get the receipt. Make sure you download that receipt and then you upload that receipt here in the fee payment option. Upload your receipt here in a clear picture, easy to read. Once that is done, you go to the last section, which is review and sign. You review all the information that you have provided, then you will click on continue, and then you will sign. So this is your entire process of filing your online citizenship application. Alright, so that was the entire step-by-step process of how you can submit your citizenship application online. So that is quite a simple application process. The only thing you need is a digital picture, and if that is done and you have that, you can complete it within an hour or so and pay and submit your citizenship application. Now I'll tell you something about the timeline and what you can expect after you submit the application. So once you submit your application, the first thing you'll receive is a submission confirmation email. And once you get the submission confirmation email, it means that IRCC has received your citizenship application. The second email you will receive within the next 3 or 4 days, or maybe earlier, is going to be an AOR, which means that they have received your application and they are confirming that your citizenship application has been received. Also in that AOR email, you will get a few instructions of how you can prepare for your citizenship test, which you will be giving in the next few months. So you haven't yet got a citizenship test, but you will get certain links which you can use to prepare for your citizenship test already. Now the timeline varies, it keeps on varying, but I'll share with you my case. So in my case, within the next 1.5 month, I got an invitation to give a citizenship test. So that is online as well. You just simply get an email where they ask you that you are now eligible to give your citizenship test. You can follow a particular link and give the test. Now the citizenship test, it's simple. If you can prepare for it using the links that IRCC has shared with you in the previous emails. There's a book that you have to read for knowledge, and there are certain resources online that you can search for as well. I will also put certain resources in description in case you want to check through that. All right, so once you are prepared, you can go ahead and give your citizenship test, and you need to get at least 15 out of 20 in order to pass. Once you have passed your citizenship test, the next step may or may not be in your case would be that the IRCC will contact you again and they will ask for your fingerprints. So it is not necessary that IRCC asks for your biometrics or fingerprints always, but I have seen in 90% cases they will send an email and ask for your fingerprints. So then you need to go to a dedicated authority. You can book an appointment. You go to that. There must be authority in your city where you are living in, and then you submit your fingerprints, and then you just have to wait. Now it depends case by case. In my case, within the next 3 to 4 months after I gave the citizenship test and the fingerprints, I received another email, which was the email for my citizenship oath ceremony, confirming that I am now eligible to become a citizen after I take the oath. So then I went to my oath ceremony and I got the citizenship certificate there. Now the process of what happens after the citizenship certificate, how you can apply for your passport, is something I will cover in another video, but this is how you can expect the timeline to go. Currently, as I'm making this video, I see that the processing time for a citizenship application currently is 5 months, but I have also seen people getting it in less than 5 months, and I have also seen people getting it in more than 7-8 months also. So it completely depends on your case. I hope that this video was clear enough and you will now be able to apply for your citizenship application online yourself. All the important links which you can use to apply for your citizenship application, I'll put it in the description, so do check the description box. In case you have any other questions, you can reach out to me in the comment section. And if you like this video and are interested in more such videos, I keep making a lot of videos which are related to immigration, and you can forward it to your friends and family. If you like this video, have any questions, you can ask in the comment section, and you can subscribe to my channel if you are interested in more such videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.